We get into a game preview presented by Simply IOA. And point number one we want to make is the Jaguars must travel well. Jaguars' first trip to Los Angeles in the history of the franchise. They've only ever won in Oakland, California. It's a long flight for a young team in a short amount of days, and you have to handle trips like this differently than you would others. So we're going to talk about that. Point number two we want to make is protect well. You just heard Brian Sexton talk to head coach Doug Marrone about how Cam Robinson and Jawan Taylor are going to face off on Joey Bosa and Melvin Ingram. They're as good as it gets, and they will have to work to keep Minshew in the pocket up to this offensive line to give that quarterback a chance to win on Sunday. And finally, big thing three is be well. This injury report is not looking so great lately. You have guys like Tyler Eifert, Myles Jack, Jared Wilson, AJ Cann, all not practicing last week. But the biggest thing we want to hone in on is Josh Allen. He did practice yesterday, says he's feeling good, so we will see if he will be a go on Sunday. That would be great to have him back against the Chargers. All right, so let's go back up to point number one. I go to you, Brian Sexton. Traveling well. Doug Marrone just mentioned he normally likes that this team gets 2 days to go to California. It's not only even 1 day. It's basically less than 24 hours. You have to go to California, sleep, get up, play a game, come right back.
Good teams win anywhere, and they play well everywhere. I just use this Chargers team as an example. With a rookie quarterback and having only one win, they came to Tampa. And Justin Herbert, he played toe-to-toe with Tom Brady. That was a narrow loss in that particular game. It's a mindset. It's about being a pro. It's about getting on the plane, hydrating, sleeping. It's about getting out there, taking care of your body, whether that's foam rolling or you have a massage therapist lined up when you get there. But more importantly, you're not going west for vacation. You're not going west to see the sights. You don't even care about the new stadium out there. It's a mindset of we're going out there to play a football game and to try to break a 5-game losing streak. And if you play well on the road, like they did in Vegas, in Oakland last year before the Raiders left for Las Vegas, you start to build up some antibodies, so to speak, to traveling. And you build up a culture of we travel well. That's what this team needs to do for the rest of the season, is travel well.
Could not agree more. And John, I go to you about this injury report. Really the biggest question is Josh Allen. We're not really sure about Myles Jack. It's not looking good. He didn't practice yesterday dealing with that ankle injury. But Josh Allen did practice, and how good would it be to have him back on Sunday?
Well, I need to comment on the first one first. I haven't traveled well in 27 years of doing this. For me, traveling is I get off and I get off the bus. It's at 3 o'clock in the morning on a road trip, and I'm dragging my suitcase trying to take the last piece of cheesecake that I stole from the plane. The road always wins, Brian. It always wins.
Road always wins.
Josh Allen, it's key to get Josh Allen back because it doesn't feel like you're going to have Jared Wilson. It doesn't feel like you're going to have Myles Jack. I hope I'm wrong on those, but they've been out the last 2 days of practice, and you've got a bye coming up. So it would feel like you would try to bridge and try to get back for the week after the bye with those guys. If those two guys don't play, and if Josh Allen doesn't play, I can talk about Josh Allen. They need him. He's better than his stats have shown. He has 7 pressures this year. Get him back and maybe get some pressure on the quarterback and you have a chance. But the injury report, Myles and Jared being out, I do not want to compound that with having Josh Allen out too. That's a struggling defense anyway. That would be a tough lift.
Well, and let's be careful how much pressure we put on Josh Allen. We're talking about a guy who has been on the sidelines with a knee and has been seen at practice wearing a brace. To me, he's the kind of guy that you get him out there, and if he's not 100% ready to go, or as close to 100% as you can possibly be, if you don't feel real confident in it, you don't play him. Because this game doesn't really overall matter as much as having him back for the second half of the season.
Yep, cannot agree more. We'll see if Josh Allen is good to go on Sunday.